Hi, welcome to week 4. It's hard to believe that it's going so fast. Before we get started this week, let's look at the topics, and it's understanding inequities. And there's a difference between inequities and inequality. And many of you already posted this picture on your Padlet and in some of your assignments. So it's a very powerful picture, I think. This very first one, that assumes that everyone is going to, succeed if they're given the same support. So that means fair, equality, everybody gets the same thing. And you can see that that's not true. This poor little guy can't see the game. Now, differentiation or is giving people things so that they can have access. So this guy doesn't need a box, this one only needs one, and this one needs two. But you still have to give each of them something different. And this is the way historically in the last few years or so that education has been. We change and it's called differentiation, and you differentiate, you change instruction based on the individual student needs. However, lately, equity means you change the situation so that everybody has access. So, it's also called universal design for learning, which you are going to learn about later on if you haven't already heard about it. And one of the things that it is, remove all the barriers. So you present information in a variety of ways so people can choose and pick what they need in order to be successful. So it's just a little subtle difference between this one and this one, but it's an important difference. So keep that in mind. It's going to be quite a busy week. Of course, aren't they all? And so let me show you. I'll turn myself off here. Nope. Sorry. There we go. And we go down to week 4. And what we're going to be talking about are inequalities in education, poverty, urban teaching, inequalities in all of those things, or inequities in all of those things. So let's go down here to the reading and the resources for this week. And this is the information you're going to need for your discussion forum post. So you want to read this first. This is a little quiz. You don't have to report the answers, but I want you to take it first and then look at the answer key. I think you will be very surprised by some of the answers. I know I was when I did it. This is a little article about 10 facts about how poverty affects education, and then this is a PowerPoint that I put together about the effects of poverty on learning. So you're going to need to read those, and then let's go down to the discussion post while we're here. And so you read the article, the PowerPoint presentation, and take the quiz. And then your reflection post is write your reflection on the issue of the effects of poverty and socioeconomic status on learning. It's very open-ended. So when you're reading, when you're watching the PowerPoint, when you take the quiz, write down several of the things that stick out to you. So in your reflection, a safe bet whenever you write a reflection on something is, choose 3-ish things. So you want to pick three or 4 things that stick out to you, that maybe, just like you did with the reading, things that either you take issue with or you didn't know before or you want to learn more about, just things that stick with you. Okay, so that is the discussion post for next week. Let me get back to, sorry. And then there is some reading. Here we go. There's some readings about inequality in teaching, and there's a PowerPoint on urban teaching. I also wanted to show you there's 2 books that I really highly recommend. This is one of them for white folks who teach in the hood, and the rest of y'all too. I read this last summer, and it was very, very helpful for if you do any urban teaching, because I also teach a class for traditional students, and it's an urban field experience. So if you want to get that sometime and read it, it is very, very helpful. Another one that I found fascinating is called Overcome, My Life in Pursuit of a Dream by Ella Mae Simmons. And she grew up in Mount Vernon, Ohio in the 20s, 30s, 40s. She was in the war, World War II, as a nurse. But it's her story about the things that she had to overcome. And some of the things that she went through in Mount Vernon that really opened my eyes to some of the culture around here. And, even though you say, well, that was back in the 40s and 50s, a lot of that is still going on today, I've discovered, and from talking to people that live here. So those are 2 very, very good books that you might want to get and read. All right. So we have the discussion forum, we have the faith integration forum again, and then the graphic organizer is the big assignment. And what it is the template and rubric are the same thing. So you can just type right onto this template. I'm having all kinds of difficulties today. I apologize. All right. This is the template and the rubric, and what you're going to compare. Some of you are reading for this week. So Savage Inequalities, the Urban Education PowerPoint, you're reading in the Nuri Robbins text. The reading in Dreamkeepers, which we haven't talked about much yet, but it will be in this assignment, and then your own personal experience. And using all of those, I want you to answer these 4 questions. So what is the main theme of the work that you've read, so far? What are 3 of the inequities that are highlighted in the work? What does the author think can be done about the inequities? Because there's different points of views in each one. And then anything else. They're very different resources, so anything else that stuck out to you as far as inequalities, inequities in these works that you want to talk about. Okay, so that you can type, you can type right in here. It will expand, and then this is what you post. All right. Okay. So that is this week, and I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to looking at your group presentations, and we'll talk later. Thanks a lot, and have a great rest of the weekend and a great week.